Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about another book of mine called Arbato, the Snow Dragon Queen, written by Anaïs Giulia. The cover, it reads, Arbato, the Snow Dragon Queen. In a world of fire and ice, Arbato, the Snow Dragon Queen, rises from legend to protect the isle's fate. Bound by ancient magic and courage, she faces swirling mists, frozen peaks, and storms in a story of hope, sacrifice, and the bond between dragon and queen. Arbato, the Snow Dragon Queen, is a magical adventure where every snowflake promises a brighter dawn. The book has 478 pages, so it is a larger book. It is a beautiful story that speaks about Arbato, which is the name of the man that is somehow identified as the dragon, or the dragon spirit, or the dragon. No, this is a mystical story that, you know, the thought of dragons in a mythological past, or some type of mythological creature that the dragon is. At the same time, the story goes between Arbato, who is this man, and the Snow Dragon Queen. There is the bond between them that goes throughout the book, in their adventures or in their almost like fate or destiny. And I will read a little bit from the book, from the beginning. Arbato, the Snow Dragon Queen. The snow had fallen for 7 nights without pause, blanketing the highlands in a silence so deep it seemed the world itself had stopped breathing. Arbato trudged along the ridge path, his boots breaking through the crusted drifts, each step a muffled heartbeat in the white stillness. The wind carried a faint scent of wood smoke, warm against the sharp tongue of frost, and he followed it like a thread through the frozen hills. It was there, on the edge of the village square, that he saw her. She stood at the center of the festival crowd, unmoving as if she had stepped out of a dream painted in red and silver. Her robe was the color of fresh spilled wine upon snow, heavy with embroidery of frost flowers and curling dragon shapes. Silver coins crowned her head in a tight lattice, catching the pale light of the winter moon. Each gleamed a quieter spark in the cold. Pearls draped from her temples to her shoulders, their sheen soft against her flushed cheeks, as if she had been kissed by the frost itself. Her eyes were lowered, half veiled by thick lashes, but Arbato could feel the weight of her presence like a ripple beneath the eyes, unseen yet undeniable. She did not move when the drums began, when the villagers clapped and stamped in time with the dancers. Instead, she inclined her head ever so slightly, and the hush rolled outward throughout the square, as though the very snowflakes hung in the air to listen. "Who is she?" Arbato whispered to the man beside him. The villager crossed himself, a gesture of both respect and fear. "The Snow Dragon Queen," he said. "She comes down from the glacier only once each winter. Those who meet her gaze rarely leave unchanged." Arbato swallowed the cold air, his breath a pale ghost before him, and then, as if sensing him through the crowd, she lifted her eyes. They were not the blue of ice, nor the silver of moonlight, though both colors live within them. They were the eyes of something far older, the kind of gaze that had watched mountains rise and rivers change course. A gaze that did not see the man before her, but the truth beneath his skin. The drums fell silent, the snow kept falling, and Arbato knew, without understanding why, that his path had just shifted. The queen smiled, barely a curve of her lips, and at that moment the air seemed to grow colder, sharper. The crowd patted as she stepped forward, her crimson hem brushing the snow, leaving a trail like a wound across the white. She stopped a single pace before him. "Arbato," she said, her voice low as wind over ice. "I have been waiting." The moment her voice touched his name, Arbato felt a strange tightening in his chest. Not fear exactly, but an ache that was sharp and immediate, like the sudden crack of ice beneath one's feet. He tried to speak, but the words caught on the dry frost in his throat. The Snow Dragon Queen waited, her stillness both patient and expectant, as though she had all the winters in the world to let him find his voice. I don't know you, he managed, though his voice sounded hollow against the blanket of silence. Her eyes softened, and yet they held a depth that unsettled him. Not in this life, she said, but your shadow has walked beside mine before. The wind stirred between them, carrying it with a distant sound, not the chatter of the villagers, not the groan of snow-heavy branches, but something delicate and otherworldly. The faint strains of music, it shimmered on the air, high and crystalline, like the breath of glass chins under a pale moon. Arbato turned his head, searching for its source, but the queen's gloved hand rose, halting him. "Do not look for it," she murmured. "I will find you." The villagers had begun to withdraw, stepping quietly away from the square, their boots crunching on the forest-beaten snow. None dared to interrupt, a few dared to glance back, but quickly lowered their eyes when they saw the queen standing with the stranger. Soon only the two of them remained, bathed in the moon's cold glow, the music growing clearer. This is the beginning of the book. As I've said, it is a very long, beautiful story of Arbato and the Snow Dragon Queen. It is, how you say, almost like a dream. No, it describes in the beginning of the book what I just read, the moment of falling in love of Arbato and the Snow Dragon Queen. In the same time, there is, so to say, a purpose, a meaning, a story beyond that. No, it starts in this way, but the story evolves and develops. It is a larger novel. The story is very much focused on Arbato and the Snow Dragon Queen. So to say, Arbato is a man of the earth, a man of many men. At the same time, there is something special about Arbato that the Snow Dragon Queen is able to see, and she then needs him in her quest or in her journey. So they are together in this new adventure that awaits them. The description of the environment or the story itself, it's very, very beautiful. If you want to read this book, or if you want to buy it or take a look at it, you can find it on Amazon. It's called Arbato, the Snow Dragon Queen, written by me, Anaïs Giulia. I'm the author of this book, and of course there are many things that I could say about the stories. I can say that it moves in the myth, in the so to say, rich fantasy world, where it's like filled with courage and very beautiful legacy of the Snow Dragon Queen. Her presence is always like the moon in a special moonlight or in a special type of iridescent colors. There is a translucence to her. There is a beautiful soft glow. There's this elements of the queen, almost like a person out of this world. It's beautiful as the moon. At the same time, the queen shows a lot of resilience and courage in her own power. The soft power of her feminine lineage or origin, who she is. And the story goes in different peaks or in different environments. There is always the snow that accompanies the story, at the same time the story of the ice and the story of the fire. There's the element of love, in a harsh environment, in a cold environment, at the same time even the cold has its own beauty, has its own love, there's the two working together, the two supporting and helping each other. So it is a very beautiful story. If you want to read it, want to know more about it, I invite you to buy the book, of course, and you can read it for yourself, enjoy it for yourself. Thank you so much for listening. All the best to you. Bye.